So apply, apply, and apply. Hi beautiful people, wonderful people, hope you're doing well. It's Dami here, also known as Triple O. Welcome back to my channel. So let's get right into this video. I had a comment on my last, well, not the last video, but a vlog that I created of a day in the life of a graphic designer, and it was a question about sort of basically landing a job as a graphic designer. I just wanted to give maybe like 5 tips that I can give you all for landing a job as a graphic designer, especially coming out from uni and starting in this creative journey. So one is obviously your portfolio. Your portfolio has to be spot on. One thing that I was told to consider when I was creating my portfolio was to make it as diverse as possible. Obviously, yes, people want to make sure, you know, you kind of specialize in something or see your strength in your portfolio. But one tip I would definitely give everyone is for your portfolio to be as diverse as it can be. So for example, if you do photography, then you feature some photography work in your portfolio. If you do content creation, you feature some content creation videos that you've created in your portfolio. I think the main reason for this is to just show that you are willing to learn. If something new comes up in a job role, then the employer wants to know that, okay, they're a fast learner, they're willing to learn, they're able to diversify in their skill set. So I would definitely say within your portfolio, show a range of work. Number 2, I would say, is to not shy away from roles outside of being a graphic designer. So for example, if you are applying for graphic design roles, then obviously apply for them, but don't be stuck on that one specific role. So it can be, I don't know, a junior art director that you are applying for versus a junior graphic designer. I would say apply to both. You just never know what the employer is truly looking for in terms of visuals, but when they see your portfolio, they'll be able to make that decision. So I would say do not shy away from applying to other creative roles, even when you're looking for something that is specific. Definitely don't shy away from it. And in that sense, if you do land a role, if you do land a job that's outside of what you wanted, you get to learn more, and you get to use that as part of your experience. You get to use that as something that you can, I guess, build on, or use it as a step up to the role that you really want to have. Last year and the year before that, minimal was trendy. Minimal designs, minimal typography, everything minimal, everything black and white, everything neutral, everything beige. I get it. However, to stand out and to cut through the chaos and to cut through the noise, to cut through the thousands of applications that employers are looking through, to cut through multiple people who have more leverage, who have more capabilities or more skills than you, your portfolio needs to stand out. It needs to be different. It needs to be something that is, it represents you. It represents you. And I want to say this as well. If you are that person and your style is minimal, your style is straight to the point, your style is according to the brief, like top tier, then that's your style. But if your style is something that is out the box, something that is creative, something that is slightly out of the brief that you're given, something that is, it pushes boundaries, it's colorful, it's bold. And I don't just mean colorful in terms of color, I just mean colorful in terms of where you've taken the project to. It's more than what the brief asks you for. Then that's what the employer wants to see. That's what people want to see. They want to see that you've pushed boundaries and you haven't stuck to the 4-corner box that they gave you. So I would say definitely represent yourself. Definitely represent yourself in your portfolio. Represent yourself in your online website. Represent yourself on your CV. I think it's so important for your work to come across as you, for your CV to come across as you. and to be authentic. I know now that's the buzzword, authenticity, but it's so helpful and it's so important for you to represent yourself, your authentic self. That's when you really thrive. That's when your work really does well and it really shows off who you are and how you approached a brief. Let your portfolio speak for you, because essentially that's what you would want it to do. You want your portfolio to speak for you, because that's the first visual representation of you. So you want to make sure that your portfolio is top notch. It represents you well, it represents your work well, it represents your creative thinking well, and your strategic thinking well as well. Just make it professional. Make it professional. I'm sure there's plenty videos on YouTube that you can have a look at how to create your own portfolio website. For me, I use Wix, and that's what I've been using. Other people use Portfolio from Adobe. If you have an Adobe account, that's also a good one as well. I used to use that, but I just switched over to Wix. And yeah, I know your portfolio is definitely a key part when applying for creative roles, obviously, because they need to see what you can do. However, do not neglect your verbal presentation skills. Do not neglect your interviewing skills. Do not neglect your presentation or interview skills, and don't pass that. Like, don't ignore that stage, because I think some people think because their portfolio is amazing and it speaks well that they're just going to skip the interview stage. No, darling. You need to be at least decent in both. You need to be at least decent in both. You need to be pushing boundaries in both. You need to get them interested in who you are in both stages. Be prepared for the interview. Be prepared for a conversation that is even off topic of the job role, off topic of why you're actually in the interview. But it might come, like, something might happen where it's a random conversation and you just need to flow off the interviewer. And sometimes it's a good thing to also be open to conversating and not just be answering the questions straight on, because that's what is interesting. That's what the interviewer is going to remember. That's what the interviewer is going to take to their to their colleagues, to their teammates, and say, okay, I really remember how this person jumped off, or how this person mentioned this. It was totally unrelated, but it was very interesting. It's those small things, it's those different things that you definitely want to make sure you do within the interview so that they remember you. Do something, say something to make them remember you. Even if it's just like, yeah, how's your day going? Or if it's like, I don't know, how's your week? How has your week been? And on that point, make sure you ask questions. It lets them understand that you are interested in the person interviewing you and you're interested in the company. So it's just those little things, those little details that you might miss or you might not consider when you're having an interview. One thing that you definitely need to do is to keep applying. You have to keep applying. Every day you need to be applying. Every day. So apply, and apply. Also, one thing that I mentioned in one of my recent videos, I think is the content creation one. You have to put yourself out there. You have to put yourself out there. You have to post your work. I know it's long and it's draining, but nowadays your social media platform is also your portfolio. That's what some of us don't want to accept. It's true, and honestly, you just never know what your Instagram page can bring about, what your LinkedIn page can bring about, what connections can be created on these social platforms when you post your work and post what you do. So I would definitely say put yourself out there, post. I mean, it's easy for us creative people because we actually have things that we can post. It's a visual work that we're creating, so our online page can easily be our portfolio, and it can be an easy way for people to contact us, to get to us, to get to know more about us. So definitely post and post more about your work. Honestly, post more. Okay, so important that you're consistent and you're determined with what you want and where you want to get to. So also, do not be afraid to ask someone who is more experienced or who is in the field that you're in to look over your portfolio. It can literally just be a random message on LinkedIn to someone that you've seen who is in the same field as you or who is in the same role as you, to have, please, if you could just spare 10 minutes of your time, please look through my portfolio. I'd love to get feedback. I'd love to get your thoughts. Please let me know how I can improve. Feedback is so important because it also helps you understand from someone else's perspective. It helps you see the work that's relevant and the work that's not relevant. It helps you also minimize the amount of projects shown in your portfolio. You have to, when you are putting your portfolio together as well, it isn't all projects that you're going to put in there, but it's going to be different projects that show different skills, that show variety in your skill set, that show you can be strategic, that show you can use After Effects, that show you can use Photoshop, you can use Illustrator, you can use InDesign. Use projects that show that you've used different programs as well. Very, very important. Yes. And I think that's all the most important tips that I have right now for landing a graphic design role or a creative role. That's it for now. If you have any other questions, if anything is on your mind to ask, please leave a comment down below and I might make a part 2. If anybody else needs more help or more tips, please don't be afraid to ask. Please send me a DM or comment down below in the comment section. And yes, I'm so excited for everybody hopping or jumping into the creative industry. I know it's super hard to get a leg in, but once your leg is in and you are consistent, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. And yeah, do not give up. Do not give up. Keep applying, keep applying, keep applying, keep applying. Keep sending those application forms. Don't give up. All right. As I said, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here if you need help, if you need any other tips. And I'm so excited to see more creative professionals within the industry who look like me, who are relatable, who have a lot to give, who are passionate, who are ready. And yes, I'm wishing you all the best on this journey. Please make sure you leave a comment down below. Let me know what you've learned. Let me know your experience. And we can help each other. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and comment down in the comment section. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Jules.